Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has been pushed a little bit, but we have
A
gotten
little bit.
a little bit, a little bit next summer, but we have got an official name. We have an official name of the new the sequel to Across the Spider-Verse called Beyond the Spider-Verse. Now hearing that right away, I'm just curious, man. What do you think that is in regards to? Do you think that means we're going to get some sort of major crossover between the Spider Verse stuff into MCU territory or the other Sony Spider properties that they've done? Like, what are you thinking that this means? Because all we got was the title.
I was actually talking with buddy about this earlier, Nick, and honestly, I think we're getting the MCU crossover because could this, with a title like Beyond the Spider Verse and everybody clamoring for Miles to somehow be brought into the MCU, and Sony being Sony, and you can't trust Sony worth a lick of shit. Watch them figure out a way to force themselves to be like, hey, here's how you get Miles now, or granted, we already know Miles exists within the MCU because of Homecoming, because of Aaron Davis and not name dropping Miles, but alluding to Miles. And I could see it. It would be interesting. Would it end up being like we end up getting him jumping? Because we know we're jumping universes. We've seen that already.
Right.
Does that mean we end up seeing Miles jump into a live action universe at the end of that? Because if for people who don't know, each universe is going to have its own version of animation. It's different. So the animation is going to be changing within each universe you go to.
Right.
So it would only make sense to maybe going beyond the Spider-Verse into the MCU, live action, so on and so forth.
No, that's true, man. I mean, again, we'd already known that Shamik coming back as Miles, you had Oscar Isaac as Miguel O'Hara, Haley Steinfeld as Spider-Gwen, but you're also getting the addition of let me go ahead and get the photo up. Let me get the photo up.
They said who
Bad Bunny is joining as El Muerto, a supervillain kind of like wrestler that ends up going up against Spider-Man. I am not super familiar with the character, so I'm gonna do a little bit of deep dive, maybe ask some questions and whatnot. If you know more about it, you can. But Bad Bunny will be joining. It'll be his first acting role, but he will be joining the cast as well. But yeah, these films are going to be coming out in 2023, now June of 2023. For it moves from October to June. For Across the Spider-Verse, and then March 29th, 2024 for Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw
Beyond the Spider-Verse.
I don't know if you saw what Ice Cream 1992 said, and he's like, Shamik Moore's a grown-ass man. California Joe goes with exactly who I was about to go with, and that's Miles Brown, because Miles Brown he's mixed, part Latino, part black, and he has the right look and he's the right age fit for Miles, and he'd be perfect in my opinion.
No, I think so. And then the other thing that's actually interesting is that Bad Bunny is getting his own spinoff, is what I had actually heard as well.
For a character who's in 2 comics, though.
Huh?
El Muerto is only in like 2 comics, legitimately.
I mean, you know what it is. They're being aware of it and trying to make sure that they can continue to expand. But my issue, my biggest issue, I think, is the fact that I still haven't seen Morbius. I've heard nothing but bad things.
Don't even get, nigga. You would have to get super high, like take 2 full pop brownies just to even enjoy that shit.
Yeah. No, and I get that. I'm saying what's interesting to me though is I think maybe switching to a Beyond the Spider-Verse is because Sony is very aware that when they team up with Disney, when they team up with Feige, magic happens. And every time they've done it themselves, they made a little money off of Venom, but most people are not big fans of those films. So that we're just kind of waiting to see. This might be the way that they can maybe continue to make that money. I think they are aware of how their bread is getting buttered at this particular moment. You know what I mean?
I don't trust Sony at all. Like, I really don't. Like,
no, I know.
It's
Not specifically not with like Marvel comic book like Spider-Man shit. I don't have a problem with like Sony has put out a number of incredible movies over the years. Sony Columbia, obviously, but specifically with this, they have not been able to truly slap, in my opinion, since the first Amazing Spider-Man, which I know some people don't really love.
I hate
and
that.
I enjoyed the second one, but
I'm with you there.
Huh?
I'm with you there. The second one's horrible, but I watch it all over and over and over and over.
But like universally, most people said that they enjoyed the first one with a few issues here and there. Obviously, Into the Spider-Verse did a great job, and I think that they realized that they have figured out a winning combo with that. But you know, it's just not, you know what I mean? They are really dropping the ball here, and so they're obviously still moving forward with a lot of their other projects, but you notice how many of them have been canceled or removed or things like that, or casting shifts and blah blah blah. So I think this is a moment where they're trying to really solidify and make sure that they're good. One way or the other. But we want to know what y'all think. Once again, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching this clip. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, but leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Across the Spider-Verse and Beyond the Spider-Verse, and if you think Bad Bunny is going to hold it down. All right, let's get in. Thank you for watching Blerds in the Hood. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share. For full episodes, join us every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific over at twitch.tv/Blerds, the letter NTHEHOOD.